Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Don't turn that channel. Our special guests, Billy and Rachel Hubbard, Daily Operations Director from Second Chance Ranch, are with us, and you don't want to go away. So we'll be right back. Hey, welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. As you may or may not know, I'm Perry Black, the founder of Second Chance Youth Ranch. However, we've got the folks with us on this program in the trenches, changing lives. Billy and Rachel Hubbard are Daily Operations Directors. Now somebody may go, what in the world is a Daily Operations Director? Can I answer that? Have you ever seen an anthill? Well, y'all the uncle and the aunt. You're the worker bees. You're the ones getting the job done. You're there on site on the Benton or country campus on our 300 acres on the ranch side. And then we've also got 3 homes on our campus here in Bryant. Mm-hmm. Somebody thinks it's right over here where my left hand's doing this. And but we also have some homes in the community where people are not on our campus, but they're still fostering. Mm-hmm. Yep. So give us in a nutshell a little bit about what do you do all day. My brother called me years ago and he said, Perry, what do you do all day? You know, he's thinking I'm a preacher. And you know, I said, well, what do you think I do? I play golf and handball. You know, and that's back when I had about 20 staff members. Mm-hmm. Now in the school and the church and the ranch, less than 100, just want to clarify that for the federal government. But what do y'all do all day, if you will, as directors of our foster program and our fostering placement agency and our support network and everything else?
Quite a bit. You know, I've got 20 employees, so that's a lot of human resources type things we have to deal with. We have over 30 children. We have now 9 homes, I think, that we have foster children in. So that's a lot of moving pieces. We work with DHS, with placements. We have 300 acres and 20 different buildings that we're responsible for.
Oh, buildings. Did you mention buildings? Seems to me like just about 6 weeks ago, you and me, or is it you and I, you're a school teacher, and Blake and Zach and Jordan, what were we doing?
We were adding on to an addition to our home and putting up sheetrock.
We were hanging sheetrock.
You were leading, we were just following you.
I just said we have actually in the organizations, plural, we have a total of over 100 staff members. Mm-hmm. And you're the director with Rachel, and I'm the founder, executive, whatever they want to call me. And what are we doing? Hanging sheetrock and painting doors and trim and laying floors. And so it sounds to me like maybe being a daily operations director is not all glory. It's not all standing up in public saying, oh, we're changing the world.
You know, I made a call today to get our sewer treatment center tank fixed today. Yeah. We're talking about that.
And yesterday we had a septic tank backing up in town.
So Poop Master is another name we go by.
Yeah. Half our day, we spent 5 hours yesterday finished painting our house. We finished that now, so that remodel is completely done, and the house is completely painted, which is great. So yeah, we do a lot of things, but also we also are in front of churches and speak to politicians and things like that. So we do a little bit of everything.
We fix boo-boos. Yeah. We help kids who are crying, help tuck kids in at night.
Help staff members that are crying.
Yes. Problem solved, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's really what fostering and adopting is. It's just parenting. And every parent, most every parent also has a job. So you work all day and then you parent all night, do homework and all that kind of stuff. And that's really what fostering is, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's parenting, but parenting, you know, kids who have experienced a lot of trauma, and so they're not always the most stable kids. Sometimes they are crying themselves to sleep or having nightmares or just don't know how to function very well. And so it's also really helping them heal.
What's the youngest child we have right now?
1.5 right now is our youngest.
Now, is that a child of one of our foster daughters?
It is, yes. So we have her 15-year-old mama, and she's 1.5. So she's our baby of the babies right now.
And the mama also has some siblings with us.
Right. They're a large sibling group, and it's really cool because they were in 5 different foster homes before they came to us. Hardly ever saw each other, and we were able to move them all into one home together.
So, and the thing that maybe our viewers don't realize, if a young lady, thank God, has chosen to have the baby,
Yes.
it's really difficult to have her and her baby with her, the mama's siblings.
It is. It really is. And, she's a child herself. And so trying to figure out how to let her be a child and just enjoy
And help her
those things.
help her learn how to be a mom at 15.
And a mom at the same time, and balance all the siblings in the house and everybody's need for attention. And it's a hard thing.
And the fact is, if she's 15 and the child's how old?
Almost 2.
Almost 2. So that tells us where her age when she gave birth.
Yeah.
She's just barely a teenager.
Exactly.
So while she's learning how to be a teenager, she's now having to learn how to be a mom. And that's a precious, precious baby.
Oh,
my
she is
God.
the cutest thing.
Yeah.
And she sleeps all night. She's so sweet and cuddly. If you met her, anybody who met her would fall in love.
And she has Mama has how many siblings with us?
4.
4. So a sibling group of 5 plus the infant. And we have them all together in one of
Yes.
our homes with a
Correct.
loving foster mom and dad who also have a couple of small children.
Yeah.
And the beauty about that, this is a Hispanic family. And the family that we have are Hispanic as well. So they're able to speak English and Spanish and keep that cultural diversity with food and interest and things like that alive.
So this particular show is really about raising funds, our fall fundraiser, F-U-N-D, fundraiser, not fun.
We got enough fun going on.
We got fun going on all the time. But we want to share that story because this is why we do what we do. And this is why you're watching this program right now, is because I believe this is a divine appointment that you happen to be watching this show because you can help us.
Yeah.
Every penny that we raise goes to what? It goes to make a difference in the lives of the children
Correct.
that are in our family.
Yes.
That's our foster family. And I don't even like calling them foster children. They're our children.
That's right.
Now, we may not become their forever families, but they will forever be in our hearts and a part of our family.
Yes.
So we're going to be right back and tell you how you can get involved too. Hi, I'm Perry Black right here at Arkansas Christian Academy. Are you looking for a faith-based Christian education for your student? Arkansas Christian Academy just celebrated our 20th year right here in Central Arkansas. We're one of the best kept secrets in private school education right here in the state. Why don't you take a moment, visit us, visit our website, make a phone call, come take a tour. We would love to meet you and your family and show you the opportunities that are available to your student. We have golf, baseball, 8-man football, volleyball, and basketball, along with many other extracurricular activities and courses like IT and television. Why not take a moment, visit our website, make that phone call. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you right here on our campus. God bless.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the Gap right now.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. As you know, this show is on Victory Television Network for one reason. What is it?
Promote foster care and adoption.
This show is totally unrehearsed. So we just want you to know we do this because it's our life. It's the big why we exist. And it's to bring solutions along with all the other wonderful organizations that are bringing solutions to fostering and adopting and mentoring and changing lives. And this show, though, is on right now because we're entering the fall, and this is our annual fundraiser. This is where we raise the overwhelming amount of money that we need to function throughout the entire year. So before we get into this year's fundraiser and what it's all about, how did we do last year and what were the funds used for and what did we just place an order for? Two things as a result of last year's fundraiser that's going to help us continue to improve the lives and ministry to the kids that we serve every day.
You know, last year we raised about $400,000 during a pandemic year. I remember we were like, we want to do about $250,000, and I don't know if we can do that. And you said, and I remember you saying, you need to increase your faith, you know. And I was like, okay, let's increase our faith. And so we fasted and prayed, and we raised $400,000
in the midst of COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
And we, because of COVID and the guidelines and social, we spread out, had probably less than half as many people come, and raised more than we've ever raised. Now, somebody that's watching, when you said 400,000, their head just exploded, and they're like, well, that's a lot of money.
It is. Yeah.
If you would have sat in my office, even before y'all came on staff all those years ago, and I was asked by a family member, Perry, how you going to do this? And I'm like, I just laughed. I said, I don't know. I'm just going to trust God like I've always have. And He provided. And He's been providing now since we purchased the property in 1991, started construction in 2000, opened with kids in December of 05, and last year in COVID, $400,000.
Amazing.
He provides for what He tells you to do. And He told us last year that we needed to expand. We needed to be able to accommodate more kids in our campus homes, bring more sibling groups together. And I mean, we're still, every time we think about that number of dollars, it's just mind-blowing and humbling. But it's a lesson that, you know, we serve a God who paves streets in gold. Money's nothing for Him. He can bring it in if he wants us to do something. And that beautiful house that we built has the sweetest, most precious 6 children living in it right now.
You mean we built a house from the proceeds of some of the money we raised last year?
Oh, we work quick.
Well, you did. Wasn't it 3,500 square foot, 5-bedroom, 4-bath?
About 2550, heated and cooled, beautiful home. Concrete stained floors throughout, no carpet, no tile, heavy duty, right here in the city of Bryant. You know, you can get to anywhere in the world from Bryant. And that's what we're called to do, is reach the whole world. But while we're reaching the world through all the missions that our church supports, we're reaching right here in our own community and changing lives through the gospel of Jesus Christ. Is that awesome?
That's great.
It's really cool.
Is that awesome? So a beautiful home. And we've got a foster family there. They've adopted themselves, right?
Kids.
2. And then how many children do they have that now are in their family as foster children?
6. So it's a family of 10 total.
Family of 10. Now again, you mentioned 400,000. Now you mentioned family of 10, and the other people passed out. So, but I don't think I could foster 10.
Right.
What could I do?
Yeah.
What are we providing for those who can't work on campus with us, but they still have a heart to foster?
There's really something that everybody can do. So we offer the ability to foster in your own home, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 children, whatever you're comfortable with. And you can still work and all of that. We'll license you, train you, and support you all throughout that process.
And there's financial remuneration for that.
Yes, yes.
And there's case workers that will help with the children.
Yes, you
that we
will not
place.
find a more supportive community to foster through. It's groundbreaking the way that we do it, because we want people to enjoy their experience and be able to do it for a long time.
And we have several therapists, and a therapist would be assigned to the children in the home.
Yes.
So there's a lot of opportunities. Now, I mentioned there were a couple of things we just recently placed an order on from the proceeds from our banquet. Not only did we build a house, we also finished a swimming pool and a recreation center and a pavilion, and we also, what is it? I'm at a loss. What did we just place an order for that we desperately need?
Maybe
Vans!
2 15-passenger vans.
Yeah. And just again, to let our audience know what God's doing. And I share these stories because I want people to be inspired that if He'll do it for us, He'll do it for you.
Yeah.
He that's faithful in a little will be given much. The only problem with that, to whom much is given, much is required.
Expected.
So I want you to hear this story. Through a local automobile company, Everett GMC, the GMC Corporation gave towards some vans. And then we raised matching funds
Yes.
with Everett and with GMC, and we just placed an order for 2 15-passenger vans for all the insurance people out there. We take out the back seat so it only has room for 12. That's kind of a safety issue because our 3 rules are
Safety.
unprompted. That's our rules.
Right.
So we've just placed, and the reason that's so important, number one, with all the chips from China that are not coming to the country, we've been searching for a van since last fall.
Yeah, for several months.
Yeah. So, and our sponsors, our churches, our friends help raise the money to buy those vans. And again, to inspire, we're paying cash for them, as we did for the house.
Yes, sir.
And we only move forward as God provides.
That's right.
Debt
With
free.
35 seconds, the 2 individual couples that we need to reach more children where we could provide everything it takes to foster on our campus, we need 2 more foster families.
We do for our 2 campus homes.
But we may not give them 8 or 10 kids. We might just start with 3 or 4, a sibling group of 2, 3, 4, 5.
Our typical number is usually 5 in a campus home, and then
Yeah.
it just depends on
What works best for the family?
what works.
Yeah.
And we're careful to match the right kids with the right family.
So there is an opportunity of employment, an opportunity to foster, mentor, or adopt. We're a placement agency, so we want to connect with you, and we'll be right back. You know, I was reminded of a story of a little boy who woke up in the middle of the night in the midst of a horrible storm. Thunder rolling, lightning flashing, shadows dancing all through the bedroom. He's scared, so he gets up and goes into his mom's bedroom and says, "Mom, can I sleep with you? I'm scared." She said, "Son, there's no reason to be scared. Go back to your own room. Jesus is in there with you." He said, "Mama, I know Jesus is in there, but I want somebody with skin on them." Are you looking for an opportunity to be Jesus with skin? Did you know there's hundreds of children in waiting in foster care who are looking for a loving home? At Second Chance Youth Ranch, we're a placement agency, a support system for foster parents, making a life-changing difference in the hearts of hurting kids. We're looking for foster parents. We're looking for college students, part-time and full-time foster parents with a great compensation package. Will you contact us today and let us know how we can help you make a decision to be Jesus with skin? God bless.
In Proverbs 22:6, it says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he'll not depart from it." The problem is every child doesn't get trained up in the way they should go. That's where Second Chance Ranch comes in. Jeannie and I have supported Second Chance Ranch from the beginning. We've helped build buildings. We've made donations because we believe in what Perry and Janet Black are doing at Second Chance Ranch, and we've seen the fruit of it. There are many, many young people that are blessed today because of what they learned and the love that they experienced in Second Chance Ranch. So we ask you to support it too. It's one of the best things that you could ever do for our culture. And I ask you to do it today. Second Chance Ranch is worth what you sow into it. Thank you, and God bless your seed.
Hey, welcome back. If this show, this interview, and these testimonies and the videos you're watching haven't inspired you, please contact us right now on our hotline. You need a prayer and CPR because what God is doing, it's amazing.
It really is.
I've been in ministry almost 5 decades, and I am always blown away seeing God's faithfulness through people who partner with us, because we're people too, and what they, our partners, our friends, local churches and businesses and organizations, you and your team, lives are being changed forever. I shared with you just before we came on camera at chapel here at Arkansas Christian Academy, our children, your daughter, worshiping the Lord. And that's what happens when kids come into care at Second Chance Ranch. The first thing that happens is they meet people that love them, that love Jesus, and it's only a brief moment before they come to meet Jesus themselves.
That's right.
That's why we do it.
Yeah. And this show is about our fall fundraiser. What's our goal this year?
$300,000.
You need more faith.
I
I told you that last year.
We did.
I can't help but make this face when he says that.
But typically every year we do a goal, and then we always exceed that. We may have to up the goal here in a couple weeks. So
Well, I
we'll
tell you
live with
what, I'm not going to agree with you for 300,000.
Okay.
Will y'all agree with me for 400,000?
Yes, sir.
Will you agree with us?
Okay.
And you don't have to give it all, but if you want to, even I will raise the goal. If one person out there, one business says, we'll meet that goal with one signature, then we'll raise that goal. We'll double it.
I like it. I like it.
So, but is it really about raising money? It's really about raising kids and changing lives.
Yeah.
What will we do with the 400,000+ that we're going to raise this year through the grace of God and the faithfulness and generosity of our partners?
So this year, we are hoping to make some improvements to some of our homes that were originally built 15 to 20 years ago.
20 years ago? Yeah.
We want our kids to live in a place that reflects their value and that reflects the excellence. And so we want to make some updates and improvements, and we even have a couple of houses that we would like to add on to and expand a little bit so that we could accommodate more children in those homes.
Yeah, because when I designed those homes, I did not realize that young couples like you, 13 years ago, with been married 6 months and no children, were going to need a bedroom for your children.
Right.
Yeah.
Selfish people, you. I've tried to give you all these kids, you're trying to have your own. But I didn't realize that we needed so many quarters for children, because my mother was a foster mom at the Methodist Children's Home with me, and at that time just me and my 3 siblings. My sister had already gotten married, and she just had a house parent bedroom, bathroom, and me and my brothers and my sister in her cottage at the Methodist Home at 20th and Fillmore, we lived in the rooms with the kids.
Yeah.
But now the way the system works now, the kids, birth children, they need their bedrooms. Foster children, sibling groups need their bedrooms.
Right, and back in the olden days, it was all the boys were
Hey,
together.
don't talk about the olden days.
All the boys were together and all the girls were together, and we're not wanting to do that now because that separates brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
We want them to be in the same house together, just like they would have been in their home of origin. And so we can't put brothers and sisters all in a bedroom together sharing a bathroom. So we need to add on to these homes so that we have the space and ability to keep sibling groups together.
And what we've been doing, when you talk about the olden days versus now we are specializing in sibling groups.
Yes.
That's why we can have a group of 5 siblings and
Yes.
a child that's of one of the birth moms.
Well, our heart has always been what's the biggest need in the foster care system. That's what we're going to meet. And 15, 16 years ago, that was teenagers. There was nobody was saying yes to teenagers. They couldn't find homes for teenagers.
Yeah.
Now that need has shifted to serving large sibling groups and keeping them together.
And we're one of the few organizations in the state that really specializes in sibling groups and keeping them together.
There are only 4 organizations in the entire state of Arkansas that have a focus on that.
And there's a great need for it. So
Yes.
when we say we need to do some things at the ranch, some of those buildings are 20 years old. We built it like the Old West. I was warned by a friend of mine, a pastor friend in Oklahoma, who'd had a similar Christian ministry for Christian kids. And he said, I'm just going to warn you, building like the Old West is going to be a maintenance nightmare.
Yeah.
So what we're wanting to do is really upgrade that, because we want our children, when they arrive on our campus, which is the Old West, we want them to go, wow, this is the nicest place I've ever lived.
Yeah.
And I want that to expand their vision of who they are, their value, their importance, and that they can believe God for excellence in their lives as well. So what else are we going to do besides maybe expand some buildings, improve some buildings? About 4 years, we're going to clear some forest. We're going to put in some fields for soccer and softball and things like that, in addition to our recreation center, pavilion, swimming pool. So what else are we going to do with some of those monies? We got to have at least one more van, if not 2.
Yeah.
What else?
We've also got another campus home in Benton that we're looking at building, and so we have raised some of the funds for that already, but we want to move forward in that project.
I received the title deed to that property in Benton last Thursday, just a few days ago, and as soon as we have the additional foster parents we need on campus, so we can bring in the additional sibling groups that we're believing God for, then we're going to start that new house.
Right.
And that's going to be a little bit different house. It's not going to be as big as the one we just built. It's still going to be about a 200,000+ project. Somebody donated the land in the city, so we know it's a God thing. But God always provides. We've got just less than a minute. Rachel, Billy, let Rachel talk. She's a master at this. Do what you're told, Billy. Tell our viewing audience how they can come alongside us and help bring solutions, not just funds. We definitely need their support.
Yeah.
Tax deductible donation if that matters. You got 30 seconds. What can people do?
Here's what we want
Right
to
there's the
ask you
camera.
to do right now is to think about attending our banquet on October the 12th. It's in Benton at the Benton Event Center. You can shoot us an email at office@2CYR.org if you'd like to attend. And so you can learn more about what we do. You can bring guests to learn more about what we do. And that moment, that evening, will be the catalyst to all of these projects that we've just talked about. So we're just asking you to consider being a part of that event with us.
Yeah, and you can do that by sponsoring a table and not even attend.
Right.
You can send a check.
Right.
We're a 501c3 public benefit charity, non-religious, but a faith-based organization. You can make a difference, and we look forward to hearing from you right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Until next week, God bless.